don't you know me?
Simón.
Ain't you the brother of the mas been gone?
Straight up.
Prime Video coming out with a new Roadhouse, which is a remake of the original Patrick Swayze Roadhouse from 1989. This movie is an instant classic. But have you ever watched a movie so many times that you start coming up with conspiracies? That's what happened to me. I thought of a conspiracy, and that conspiracy turned out to be true. And that truth is a little mind-blowing, but I still haven't had 100% confirmation yet. So just stick with me and find out what exactly this movie theory is, and I'll let you what my little secret is about how Roadhouse is based on a true story. Sort of.
Roadhouse.
Alright, so you might be wondering, how could the original Roadhouse starring Patrick Swayze from 1989 be based on a true story? Well, first, let me just tell you the synopsis. Because while the new Jake Gyllenhaal 2024 movie is a remake of Roadhouse, at this point I have not seen the ending, and it has not been officially released on Prime Video yet. So that being said, I don't know the ending of that movie. So either way, there still may be spoilers for the first one and the second one. Okay? Alright. Now I'm going to explain the synopsis of the original movie. And then within that synopsis, I'm going to explain the clues that I found, or that were just kind of like, if you kind of like notice, or if you watch it so many times, you'll pick up on it. And you start getting hints and clues on the possibility that Dalton gets set up for murder. So, first, I'm going to explain to you how I got to the theory of how Patrick Swayze's character was going to get set up for murder. Clean up this bar in the Mason-Dixon line, and he turns out to go into more trouble than it's worth, but he starts a romance with Dr. Clay Kelly Lynch, who happens to also be married to the writer of the movie. And now he has to deal with the local big shot, Brad Wesley, Ben Gazzara. Hopefully I didn't say that too wrong. But yeah, that's the basic synopsis. So, it all really starts with the main guy who hires Dalton, Patrick Swayze, to clean up the bar. And the sus thing that he says is, I happen to have some money. Well, okay, how did he get this money? Or, yeah. And we're just going to assume, okay, yeah, he has money for the bar or whatever, right? So, he's going to go ahead and clean it up and everything else. But Dalton comes in with a reputation. He killed a guy in self-defense. So, now he has a choice. because he starts dating the doc, and his best friend comes into town. So now he really needs to, gets everything straight. Everything starts to work. But of course, Brad Wesley, being Brad Wesley, sends his goons and just starts, making a ruckus. So I want to say this right now. Patrick Swayze has the best set of hair for the 80s as possible. He is known as the inventor of the mullet, but I never saw it as a mullet. It's just so coiffed, even when he's kicking somebody, it's so coiffed. So, shout out to his, his hairstylist, whoever he or she was, and whoever did the, the hair products for this whole movie all together. It's probably like brought to you by Vidal Sassoon, but they couldn't figure out how to put in a bottle in there. Anyways, so the town is pretty much tired of Brad Wesley. You figure out through the movie. And so yeah, since Brad Wesley is poking the bear, which is Dalton. But yeah, he basically, yo, dude, you got a choice. I'm gonna kill people. And so he kills people. He goes retaliates. And when he does, he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill you like I've killed every person in this movie. And then he's all like, okay, I'm cool. I'll accept my fate. And then he like changes his mind, and then he doesn't. But then the town folks show up, like literally, like ninjas, and they just like blast him, and they clean up, and then they leave. Well, they don't leave, but like they talk to the sheriff. They say they never saw anybody. The one dude that happens to be there just says, bear fell on me. And just that's how the movie ends. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I guess he got away with it. I mean, or everybody got away with it. And I'm like, okay, cool beans. And I'm just thinking like, dude, those guys were communally just popped up, right? Even though they all wanted to, But nah, they were all there, perfectly timed. All of them, everybody that wanted to get a nice little piece of him, of the bad guy, they got it, and then some. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So now, yeah, I'm like stuck. I'm stuck with this thought, like, dude, did they just set him up for murder? It's like, nah. So I did what any other person would do. I Googled it. I found nothing. I looked up true stories, Roadhouse, nothing. Stories of behind the scenes, nothing. But then I ran into this review of Roadhouse. But guess by who? By Siskel and Ebert. And they said the most peculiar thing, which was this.
They claim that Roadhouse was based on a true story, but if it was, it just used the facts as a launching pad.
Okay, so if you've actually made it this far, that's right, maybe. I didn't put the whole trailer because the whole interview, because it's not. I mean, it is. No, it's not that important, really. It's a piece of history, but like, meh. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that it's like 4 something in the morning right now. I'm really tired, and I'm going to go to sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pause on this video. I'm going to make this into a part 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and put down from beginning to end, every clue that I spotted that made me think that Dalton was set up for murder, and then how that is actually connected with this being based on a true story. So like and subscribe to find out about part 2, or tune in before they release the actual movie. So yeah, this will be just part 1 for right now, and I'll be done with part 2 hopefully the day after tomorrow, if not a Wednesday. I'm not sure exactly when the movie gets released. I'm talking about the 2024 movie, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's watching the end of that. Alright, thank you very much. You guys have a good day, and bye bye.